What's up, wrestling fans? You are tuned into the Style Breakdown with Cris Style. Hope everybody's having a good day. Uh, you doing all? I hope you guys are doing well. Man, right up there. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. You are tuned into the Style Breakdown with Cris Style, and today I'm going to be doing my WWE Backlash prediction, episode 10. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe to the channel with that subscribe button and notification button. So when my episodes load up, you can go ahead and just tap in. Whenever you're free enough to listen or watch my breakdowns or predictions or recaps. You could tap in with your boy. So, and I appreciate every one of y'all who tap in. This is, like I said, this is a new thing I'm doing. With wrestling. I already do, sports, and I got my Cheese podcast, I got my sports podcast with my boy Maul, but this one is just on me, you know what I'm saying? So this is new territory as far as me doing this individually. So I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, as I go doing this by myself. But like I said, I appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy. So let's get into it, man. Backlash is tomorrow. This is I'm recording this Friday. I'm dropping this Friday. So this will be for Backlash tomorrow. I'm going to pull up this screen. Give me a second, y'all. Right here. Boom. And there it is, Backlash. So far, these are the matches. Now, I don't know if they're gonna add some matches for tonight for SmackDown, but I assume that they may add one more. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Cody Rhodes and Gunther is gonna be on this card. I would imagine that might be the main event for was it Clash in Italy, I guess, or maybe they save it for SummerSlam. I don't know if they wait that long. So probably Clash at Italy. It'll be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther as the main event. So I don't expect that to be on this card. So I'm pretty for sure this is probably going to be it. Maybe they add one more match. So let's get to it. You got Io Sky versus Asuka. This is going to probably be not even probably. They said it in their vignette promo sit down interview that they did on Monday Night Raw. That this is it. This is going to pretty much land the plane on this storyline. Now, unfortunately, Kara Sane, she was released. So, it's kind of bittersweet that the ending of this storyline, because we were expecting Kira Sane to be in the middle of this and possibly finally maybe a backlash. She would finally turn on Oscar, not turn, but finally, stand up for herself, and stop allowing Oscar to bully her around, and then maybe at SummerSlam we get the triple threat match of Io Sky, Oscar, and Kara Sane. But unfortunately, she was released. Now there was speculation that she possibly could return for this match, but I don't see the point of it now. Just go ahead, let's do this match, get it over with. It's amazing that these two have not had a singles competition since Io Sky has been in the WWE and been on the main roster. These two have not had one individual match against each other, so it's kind of crazy that these two have never faced off. But it should be a great match. I think Io Sky and Oscar will put on. I think they will have a good match. I'm expecting Io Sky to win this match. I expect her to win and then possibly uh, go. Maybe she goes after the WWE World Women's Champion and goes after Liv Morgan. I think Io Sky is the main eventer, and that's where she should be. I wouldn't be mad if her and Becky Lynch have a program, I guess, but I would expect her possibly to go after Liv Morgan and possibly try to get that world's women's champion across her waist. So I'm going Io Sky. I don't expect no shenanigans to happen, but if it happens, cool. Then you got Danhausen. Well, it's going to be Kit Wilson and Miz versus Danhausen in a mystery partner. Now, Danhausen can only have a match at Backlash if he finds a mystery partner. Um, I don't know who's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a celebrity. I don't know if it's going to be a wrestler. I have no idea. All I know is whoever Danhausen's partner is going to be, Danhausen and them are going to win. It's going to be on some crazy stuff. He's probably going to curse Miz again, and something's gonna malfunction, something's gonna go wrong between him and Kit Wilson, and Danhausen will win this match. Um, I like the booking of Danhausen. I think, for all you people who like silly wrestling, I think he's right on point. Miz is a perfect person to do this with. Even and Kit Wilson, they both have those type of personalities that you could do the goofy type comedy wrestling with, and still, have a solid match. Um, I think Danhausen will win this match, and the winning streak will continue. Um, and then you have the rematch with Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship belt. We all know that Sami Zayn, he destroyed the Gingerbread Man, RIP the Gingerbread Man, but he destroyed it last Friday, and Trick Williams wasn't too particularly happy about that. um, I think that Trick should win this match. You don't just throw the belt on this dude just for him to lose it. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if some type of shenanigans happens. Maybe Carmelo Hayes or something gets involved. I don't know. But I do think that Sami Zayn will, I think that Trick will win. I think Sammy will go full on heel after this match. He'll probably do a post match. Maybe he tries to, beat down Trick after the match. And maybe Carmelo Hayes comes down for the save or something like that. But I do think that Trick will win and he will maintain to be the United States champion. And then we have Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Seth, since he's been back, he's been on the tear wanting to beat Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker since he's came back, he's been on tear trying to destroy Seth Rollins, and he's been getting the betterment of him. Even on Monday, he's got the better of him, which kind of has me like leaning towards Seth Rollins winning this match some way, somehow. His back is against the wall. He really doesn't have anybody in his corner. He had that last promo with the Street Profits, pretty much saying, we may not see eye to eye, but we do have the same enemies. And, maybe we're strong. You stay out of I stay out of your way. You stay out of my way. And I don't know. They had the promo against each other. Seth is like, show me that you belong in the main event. And maybe it's one of those things that, Seth wins, but he still sees main event potential in Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker takes him to the brink. I wouldn't be mad either way. I could see the vision that Braun Breaker wins this match because Seth really doesn't need the W. Um, only way you could say that Seth needs the W is if you want to bring him towards getting a win, so we can get Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're doing Seth Rollins. Maybe the teaser between those two looking eye to eye, and then Monday night, that's when he calls out, Roman Reigns, and we start inching towards, getting to SummerSlam, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, and that's what everybody wants. And we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna roll with Seth Rollins for that reason. I'm gonna roll with Seth. And then we got the main event, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Um, this is going to be interesting, man. I would imagine that Roman's going to win this match. I don't think Roman would just take the belt just to have it for a month. I think he would have it longer than that. So I don't know if Jacob Fatu is going to win this match. I'm still leaning towards he's not going to win, but I do think there's some shenanigans. Something's going to happen. Some people are speculating maybe the Usos turn and roll with Jacob, maybe Zilla Fatu and somebody else come out. Um, I don't know what they're gonna do next. This is going to be interesting, but I'm gonna roll with Roman Reigns for the W. I think he win. I think he wins this match, moves on, and like I said, I think it sets up for Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So those are my predictions for this blog. I got EO Sky getting the W. I got Danhausen and his mystery partner getting the W. I got Trick Williams winning the match. And I got Seth Rollins winning against Braun Breaker. And I got Roman Reigns retaining his belt. I got, of course, Trick Williams retaining his belt. And I got Roman Reigns retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. So those are my predictions. Shout out to everybody who tuned in to my prediction blog. Real quick, real simple. Tune in, tap in. I'll be doing a recap next week. Hope you guys are good out there. Be safe out there. Like I said, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Until next time, I am out.